Hey again, everybody. I'm gonna knock a couple out tonight just because I've been slacking. You guys deserve that. I deserve that. Um, so, the seventh show, I crammed them in there, guys. The seventh show I saw was The Humans, and I wanted to see it because it was, obviously it won the Tony Award. It got a lot of great acting Tony Awards. It were a lot. It got 2 for Reed Birney and Jane Houdyshell. And I was overall just curious about it. I went in knowing it was about a family at Thanksgiving, and drama happens, and that's all I really went in knowing. And it's weird to say it like this, but the plot of the show is not particularly interesting. It's actually very, very boring and very mundane, everyday life things. Obviously not a lot of the shell shock that happens. I mean, there are some bombs dropped, but nothing that we haven't seen before. But in a way that kind of fits the title in that, humans were all humans, and the play was very human. It was a very, very good representation of regular human activity, which is kind of brilliant in itself. So yeah. Personally, my feelings about the play is I enjoyed it. I'm glad I saw it. I wasn't the biggest... I enjoyed it enough, like I said. But I've definitely liked other things more, personally. The writing was good. I just wish it had been a little bit more of everything. I think by it only being... I think it's only 95 minutes long. I think by it being only 95 minutes long, we lose a lot of potential for some great storytelling, and we could have gone more in-depth on certain things. And if you haven't seen it yet and you want to, I'm probably going to spoil a couple things. For instance, all these things happen. You've got, like, the grandmother who has got dementia, and she, is in and out of it, and that causes, like, a family dynamic and family friction. And then you've got the one daughter who is having, like, all these colon and stomach issues, and she just broke up with her girlfriend, and there's some drama there. And then you've got the parents not being fully supportive of their daughter and her boyfriend who have just moved to Chinatown, and there's drama there. And then you've got the big drama that, the dad cheated on the mom, and he tells his daughter. So you got all these things that are happening, and I think if it had been a 2-act play, it could have more deeply dived into those subjects, because everything they brought to me, I was like, oh, that's interesting. I want to hear more about that, and it never focused on anything long enough for me to, like, be happy with the information I was given, if that makes any sense. So that was my main problem with it, is that I wish it had been longer so it could have focused on these topics that it brought up that are really, really great topics in, like, greater detail. The set, I saw it at the Helen Hayes before it moved to... or it's moving to, I don't even think it's open there yet. I think it opens in a few days. Schoenfeld. And it's a really, really small, intimate theater. The set is really, really cool looking. It's like 2 levels, and the bottom half is like the bottom level of the apartment, and the top half is like the upstairs. The set was great. The performances, everybody gave amazing performances, and I'm going to tell you who they are. Reed Birney as Eric Blake, Tony Award winner Reed Birney for this show. was really, really great, really heartbreaking. As Amy Blake, Cassie Beck. I'm trying to remember which daughter that is. I swear I saw the show. Okay, so Cassie Beck, who played the daughter with stomach problems, and had just broken up with her girlfriend. Really, really great. Gave a heartbreaking performance. Sarah Steele as Bridget, who was the other sister who had not married, but was dating the guy, and they moved to Chinatown together. She was great. Really, really great. Oh, I didn't even say her name. Sarah Steele. What's wrong with me? Sarah Steele was really, really great. Her and Cassie Beck had great chemistry together. As Deirdre, Jane Howdyshell was just wonderful. She had some great one-liners, and behind them you could just like really, really see the pain that she was going through. Lauren Klein played the grandmother, Momo, who I give her props because that character has dementia and really is just wheelchair bound and sleeps most of the show, but her parts where she was, playing that character awake and like it was some really, really, really spot on portrayal of dementia, especially because I have some loved ones and friends with loved ones who have, grandparents going through that, and it was really, really just spot on, and it kind of hit home at some places. And then as Richard Saad, Arian Moayed, he is the boyfriend to Bridget. They're the couple that moved to Chinatown. He was great. It was actually really, really funny because he played that character so well as like, oh, I'm gonna join this family, but I don't want to get in on these family issues. So you could really, really see him like as that character playing out and picking his battles on what he wanted to say something about and what he didn't, and it was just really, really great. The direction by Joe Mantello. Wonderful direction. He never disappoints. He was really, really great with the character-driven stuff, especially. So, yeah. I think that's all I've really got to say about The Humans. I mean, I think it's definitely worth checking out if you get the chance. I don't know how the seating's going to be at the Schoenfeld, but at the Helen Hayes Theater, you can buy $50 partial view orchestra seats in advance, which is what I did, and for $50, it's a totally great view. So yeah, if you see it, I definitely recommend that. Not that it's not worth full price, but yeah. Overall, like I said, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the performances. The writing was good for what it was, but I wish it had just been more expanded and more detailed. So yeah, I'm going to sign off and leave you with this. Woo! Woo!